Hi there, Chris here. So, pardon me. This morning I was watching Andy Mack, and he was picking a sterling. And a lot of times, if somebody's picking a lock that I have, I like to pick along with them, and see if I'm getting kind of the same feedback as they're getting. And I was, but unfortunately, I broke my favorite pick wire. And this was a pick wire I've been picking everything from, all kinds of cruisers and padlocks, all kinds of lever locks for the last maybe 4.5 months. So it's taken a lot of abuse. And this is what it was. I'll show you. It's just a straight pick wire. Actually, it goes like that. And it finally gave it up. And it's been caught in locks and re-straightened, and so it's given me all kinds of service. And it goes in this little piece here. And this is that was just scavenged from one of these cheap sets here. So you can take that, or you could take these come off of other sets, and you can make pick wires with that. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is take and show you making a new one. And in the US, this is, oops, kind of hung up over here. This is what you find in the US in regular hardware stores. Most of them have an S&K metal rack, and they have piano wire, and they have, this is some tube that they have. They have flat stock and round stock, and all kinds of stock for you to pick from. So what I get, this is the thinner stuff. This is about 1.2. So you probably, if you're going to pick these padlocks, you probably want to get, this says 1.19 millimeter, and then there's a 1.4, or pretty close to 1.4. So you just take some of this and hack off a couple of pieces. If you're going to make, here's Slinky, if you're going to make something longer and with your own handle on it, you want to cut it off longer. Here's an overlifter, which will pop this thing very quickly. But you just hack off a piece, and I just use wire cutters like that, and what you end up with is a very sharp edge on there. The first thing you want to do is get rid of that, because you can poke yourself and draw blood. So what I'll do, how I do it, is just use a little block of wood to hold things on. And I want to take and get this sharp edge off of there. And if you're making a pick wire with your own handle, where'd it go? Like this, you probably want to do both ends. Actually, I didn't do that end very good, but you just want to get the sharp edges off. And you can make them straight, or you can make them bent. Here's a bent one. Put a little bend in it. And I do flatten them a little bit. So the first thing I do is I'll just take this little file and get the sharp edge off. And the better your file, the quicker it goes. This is a nice one from, is it Steer-It? No, Garrett. I can't remember. Gorbit, I'm sorry. These are made in Italy. They're very expensive, but they're really nice. So I just take and get those edges, that sharp edge off. And this one I'm not going to be too particular with, because it'll be buried in this, so it's not going to get me, but I'll just do the edge. So this will be my bend part. And then to bend this, I just take, and how long do I want my bend? Well, if I'm going to pick cruisers, I want it about that length. And you can judge by grab your key and figure out about where you can go, about where your up bend is, or your tensioner, and you just want to be able to bend this up so it's about as long as your tensioner. In this case, I'm just going to use that as a guide. So I will go and bend it up like this. And these are really old crappy pliers, but they still work. Whoa. They still work pretty much. And I want to keep the bend about like that. I'm going to bend it a little bit more. And this will be a straight wire. I'm not going to put a little curve in it because there's nothing wrong with the curve. I'm just, because I started with straight wires, I feel more confident with the straight wires. They tend to work for me. So now, if I can get the camera to focus here, what I'm going to do is flatten it out like I flattened, like this one was flattened out. I'm going to flatten out both sides. And come down here. And this is where the wood kind of holds it. And I just take and go across here. And I won't do the whole thing, but I just do enough to show you what you're looking for. And make sure I'm still not sharp on that tip. But you can see here we're getting flat. We're getting flat on there. And we're getting a little bit flat there. Ooh, look out. So I just keep going until it's pretty much flat all the way along. And I want to keep my strokes smooth, and I don't want to dig in. I don't want to dig in, make a weak point. And I want to taper that flatness back just a little bit, but it's very easy to do. So then when I get it like I like it, then all I have to do is put it back in here. And I like to set it up so that the wire is going in line with, the wire is in line with this. I'll get this sort of tight. And then I just take and tighten it down. And it may want to turn a little bit on you. You can flatten off that spot just slightly if you want. See, that wants to turn it. But I can get it tight so it'll stick in there. So we're pretty close. And I'll just snug it one more time. And as you can see, it sort of kicked the wire up a little bit when you just bend it back down. So it's pretty much straight. And then I'm back to picking. So it's really that easy. You can buy this piano wire on eBay. Yeah, I think you can get it on eBay, you can get it on Amazon. Here in the States, you just go to a hardware store and look for the S&K display. And it has all kinds of slots, and you'll see piano wire and round stock and flat stock and tube stock in steel and in brass, and then you can get whatever you need. Anyway, I hope that's helpful to some of you. And now I have my own pick wire. And if I have a lock that needs a shorter pick wire, then I can make up a shorter one. That's just a little bit shorter. Or if I want to try and make an overlifter. This overlifter is made out of the 1.4, but same idea. Anyway, I hope that was helpful to some. And it's really easy to do. And then you're back to picking. You're back to opening your locks, which is what we want to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Definitely check out Andy Mack. He makes all of this lever lock picking, padlocks and door locks and mortise locks, all of that. He explains everything, makes it very simple to understand and do. He also has a whole set of tools that are awesome. And I have just recently ordered his padlock set. And I am like so happy. And it's on its way. So as soon as it gets here, I'll open the package and we'll look at it together. And it's totally awesome. So anyway, that's a new pick wire. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you next time.